I just, getting home, had a revelation. I was in a strange liquor store earlier today. Within the last 45 minutes. I walked in there, I'd only been there like once or twice. And I was trying the place out. They didn't have my beer, enough of it. And they turned out total MAGAlomaniac. This is a couple years ago, and I said, I gotta stay out of this fucking place. There's gonna be nothing but trouble in here, because if you don't agree with them, well, what I find is if you don't agree with them, they're not so loud in the end. They just kind of, I don't know if we're reaching to the depths and finding a sane part of them, and they're like, or if they're nervous, they're not in a crowd, they can't take you or something. But they calm. But I said I got to get the fuck out of that place. But today, I went in there looking for a specific item for Victoria. And bringing it up, asking him if he happened to have it. He went and looked and pointed, and he said, well, we got that one. It's a variety pack, and yeah. And he said, but did you hear what they're doing to our children? I'm like, I didn't just, you know, he said, oh, have you seen the video? And starts talking, and he makes me watch this video, and I'm like, yeah, he's a bad shot. Don't know if the guy like that, but he was starting to get off on his MAGAlomania rant. I mean, he took right to me, even though I said some things that are supposed to be off to him. Yeah, they weren't on line with the stuff he totally hates. It was a separate subject. I can tell he wouldn't have liked me as a person. Or would he? See, this is the thing. Once he started going off on this MAGAlomaniac rant, I segued. I took a part of what he was talking about, and I used it to tell another story. And so it was connected, it was conversation. I just didn't follow his path. He was unable to intimidate me to submit. So I just moved it along another way, and he's like, oh, and we sat there and we talked for a while. I said, sorry, you don't have my drink. I'm gonna get out of here. And we walked away clean. What I realized, we're always being told how we can bring the MAGAlomaniacs back from this pit that they've thrown themselves into. It's hard to crawl up out of there when everybody can see you down there and what you've done and said, what you were willing to accept. It's embarrassing a little bit, but they say how to talk these people back. And I realize they're doing what they're told. We had common grounds. We could talk and have a conversation without having to be a big blowout, stupid bastard. I thought I liked you, and now look at you now. We didn't have any arguments like that. I was just very stern about saying, I don't think that's the way it works. Why you see us? Well, you get them when they're young, you know. He brought up Hitler. Why can't we bring our people back? It's because of the politicians right now. There's the other thing they say. They say the Republicans, they're not talking policy. They're just talking about attacking this and that and blowing smoke up our asses. They won't talk policy. They're not trying to make anything better for us. And you think, why would people follow that? Why? They've got nothing to offer? other than revenge for an idea, it's because the politicians, if they start putting, I'm talking the MAGAlomaniacs for sure, and those that allow it, that enable them, if they start talking about policy, we might find that the Democrats have some things they agree with on policy, even though they disagree all over the place here. But if they talk policy, maybe they could work together on that. And you cannot have your MAGAlomaniac base seeing you working with these other people because you've trained them to think these other people are evil. And if they see you working with these people, trying to make their lives better, even though they don't understand it, that means they have to give up on their ultimate plan of taking over the world with this crazy sci-fi back to the past bullshit thing they've got going on. They can't be seen working with the enemy. And if they turn and work with the enemy, then they just lost that base, those supporters, because you fucked their brains up so much. That makes you now the enemy for any decent thing you try to do that doesn't involve fucking putting somebody under your thumb and fucking making them fucking suffer. It's just a revelation I had.